The story begins with our protagonist, Hitori Goto, describing how her life has been filled with loneliness. At home, she watches an interview between a reporter and a musician. He says he was a loner in school before forming a popular band with strangers and claims that a band is a place in which introverts can shine. Hitori becomes inspired and asks her father if she can play his guitar. Hitori intends to learn the guitar and form a successful band at school. She practices at night while her family watches. After 3 years of practicing 6 hours a day, Hitori became a master guitarist. Unfortunately, Hitori never performed a single note for her middle school classmates at the annual cultural festival. She was unable to invite anyone to join her band or make friends. Hitori has been in high school for a month and is still shut in her closet, playing her father's guitar. Before she wakes up her neighbors with her music, she uploads a band cover video to the internet. Hitori was taken aback by how many views and positive comments she received on her previous video. She enjoys how her messages are filled with introverts like her. That is, until she receives a response from a user who claims he formed a band and performed the same song at the culture festival. This encourages Hitori to close her laptop. Hitori recalls bringing CDs to class, purchasing and displaying band merchandise, and pitching song requests during lunchtime. In the present, Hitori reopens her laptop to erase those memories. She reads the responses to the comment that upset her. She notices someone wishing they knew someone who played guitar at their school. This gives Hitori an excellent idea. The next day, she goes to school with a bunch of band merchandise and her trusty guitar. She wishes someone would notice her, but no one does. Hitori leaves, wondering if she overestimated herself. Hitori hears some people laughing, and a girl named Kita sees her with her guitar behind her back. Hitori notices someone on the playground and wonders if it is a meeting place for lonely people. Her theories are shot down when she notices the man's child and wife approaching him. Hitori receives notification that she has reached 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. Suddenly, a girl heads toward Hitori and asks her if she's a grand guitar player. The girl introduces herself as Nijika Ejichi. Hitori nervously informs Nijika about her high school status. Nijika asks Hitori if she can be the band's second guitarist for the day and grabs Hitori's hand, startling her. When the girls arrive in town, Hitori can't help but compare her low rocker vibe to Nijika's. Nijika informs Hitori that they will be playing at the Starry Club, where her sister is a manager. Hitori answers Nijika's questions to the best of her ability, but she is unable to overcome her anxiety. She tries to calm herself by recalling her dream of performing at the Culture Festival and her debut solo show at Zep Super Arena. Nijika and Hitori get at Starry, and Nijika shows her around the facility. Hitori is surprised that the other band members have similar introverted and indoor mannerisms to her. Nijika introduces Hitori to her bass player, Ryo Yamada, who has a mature and pleasant personality. The three enter the music booth, and Nijika hands her the set list and score. Hitori inquires about the whereabouts of the other band members, but Nijika confirms that she and Ryo are the only members. They will be playing multiple instruments, while Hitori only focuses on guitar. Hitori is hesitant but confident that she can make a good impression on Ryo and Nijika. Following their session, Nijika tells Hitori that she is terrible, causing Hitori to lose control. We get a brief cutaway to a fictional character named Guitar Man explaining why it is important for band members to be in sync with one another. He believes Hitori's social anxiety holds her back. Her anxiety drives her to race ahead of others. She is fantastic as a solo player, but as a group player, she is inexperienced. Nijika tries to persuade Hitori to perform in the show tonight, but she refuses. Before Nijika and Ryo call it quits, Hitori tells them to wait. She explains how she has always wanted to be in a band but has never been able to gather enough members. Ryo inquires as to the type of songs Hitori enjoys playing. Hitori tells her that she enjoys playing songs from relevant bands. Nijika notices that Hitori sounds very similar to YouTube content creator Guitar Hero Hitori's online alias. Nijika expresses her admiration for Guitar Hero's craft, while Ryu believes she is overrated. Nijika tells Hitori that she should not quit the band after one failed attempt. Hitori notices that real people do care about her and her music. She reveals to Ryo and Nijika the truth about her fear of crowds. Ryo gives her a cardboard box that she can play inside. Nijika considers how they should introduce her to the audience. Ryo gives Hitori the name Baki and tells her that their band will be called Kesoku Band. At the Starry concert, the Kesoku Band introduces themselves to the audience and promises to perform popular songs. After the show, Ryo, Hitori, and Nijika go backstage to discuss it. Hitori leaves her box, promising to be willing to greet her classmates before their next performance. Nijika suggests hosting a welcome party tonight, but Hitori flees the room and vows to unleash her full guitar hero potential and overcome her social anxiety. Bocchi takes a cold shower to relieve stress. We cut to several days before this incident when she arrives at the Starry Club to talk with Nijika and Ryo about Kesoku's future. Bocchi paces because she does not want to cause a scene. Ryo and Nijika arrive and observe Hitori's awkward behavior. They go inside to begin their first band gathering. Ryo takes out a large dice with activities listed on it. It then moves on to a discussion about school. Ryo and Nijika confirm that they attend Shima High because it is closest to their home. Hitori states that she attends Shuka High. She goes to that school because no one will know about her past. Hitori says she doesn't have any pleasant memories to contribute to their conversations, but Nijika assures her not to worry. Ryo claims she has few friends besides Nijika. Bocchi grows fond of Ryo because she shares her introverted character. According to Nijika, Ryo enjoys urban exploration and shopping at secondhand stores. The final sentiment causes Bocchi to reconsider Ryo because she recognizes distances between them has grown too far. The girls change topics and talk about their favorite music. Nijika admits she enjoys Japanese punk music. Ryo admits to enjoying techno KO and occasionally listens to Saudi Arabian artists. Bocchi enjoys songs that do not activate her Seishin complex. Guitar Man arrives and explains which songs interfere with Hitori's complex. The songs in question are glittery, upbeat songs with words and themes not linked to her personal school experience. Guitar Man confirms that Bocchi enjoys bands that write about the dark side of their high school experiences. However, when she learns about these bands' popularity in high school, she distances herself from their music. After some funny banter, they move on to discuss concerts. Nijika wishes to have a vocalist on their team before their next performance. She recalls having a vocalist before, but they left the band for undisclosed events. Bocchi wonders if Kesoku's former guitarist experiences social anxiety like hers. Bocchi asks Ryo if she could be the vocalist, but Ryo says her talent would overwhelm and crush the band. Nijika concludes that their goal is to find a new vocalist, have Ryo write the song, and have Bocchi provide the lyrics. Nijika rolls the dice when asked what she will contribute to the team. Their next discussion regards quotas. Nijika explains it in detail to Bocchi. She describes the concert they performed at Starry as a booked concert, which occurs when the club assigns them a ticket quota in the hopes that enough people will attend. Anything sold above the ticket quota is split between the club and the band. However, if they are unable to bring in enough people to meet the quota, the band must pay the remaining amount out of pocket. This is why becoming popular is a primary goal for many bands. Their last performance drew enough people to meet the quota. Nonetheless, Nijika hopes fewer people to attend due to the negative experience at the previous concert. To fund their next concert, Nijika suggests that they all work to cover the quota and equipment. Hitori becomes concerned. She hands Nijika a piggy bank and begs her not allocate her work. Nijika and Ryo ask Bocchi to work with them at the Starry Club. Bocchi accepts the offer despite her concerns. Nijika promises to look after the money because Ryo is terrible with cash. Ryo comes from a wealthy family, receives generous allowances, and spends them on instruments to the point where she is continuously broke. They send Bocchi home and tell her to get ready for her first day of work. Bocchi is currently soaking in an ice bath. Bocchi hopes that the cold bath will help her get cold, allowing her to miss work. When the plan fails, she practices guitar in front of her fan at full power. Bocchi arrives at the Starry Club in the morning, having failed miserably in her attempt to get sick. Before Bocchi can enter, a yellow-haired girl tells her to come back later because tickets are not currently on sale. Bocchi, taken aback, explains that she is a new part-time employee looking to work at the Starry Club with Ryo and Nijika. The woman reveals that she is the manager of the Starry Club. She recognizes Bocchi as the guitar player for the Kesoku band who performed inside a cardboard box. She calls Bocchi a strange name which irritates Nijika and Ryo when they arrive. Nijika confirms that the female manager is also her sister. However, Nijika's sister requests that they keep their work and personal lives separate. While Ryo sweeps, Nijika shows Bocchi the drink booth and explains where the drinks are. Overwhelmed, Bocchi grabs a guitar and decides to play a song to remember everything. While Nijika calms Bocchi down, her sister notices something familiar about the way Bocchi plays and sounds. She hits Nijika's head and tells her to get to work. Nijika explains the drink service routine to Bocchi and how it operates like a restaurant. Bocchi is proud of her efforts, but she becomes concerned when Nijika directs her attention to some new customers. We see a montage of Nijika and Bocchi working the drink service station while Ryo works the ticket booth. Bocchi does not make eye contact with the customers and hands them their drinks while crouched. Nijika is annoyed by this, but she tolerates it After serving a customer, she informs Bochi that the boys band Alexandism is performing at the Stary Club. Nijika tells Bochi to relax because Alexandism's performance will give them time to unwind. Rio stops by and informs Nijika that her sister took over the ticket booth so that Rio could watch Alexandism's performance. Nijika talks about how much she adores the Stary Club and the customers who visit. Bochi apologizes for her lackluster performance, but Nijika consoles her. She wants Bochi to adore the club and enjoy working here. However, Nijika hopes Bochi will one day find the courage to speak with customers. As Alexandism performs, Bochi is astounded by everyone's harmonious energy. She is upset because customers paid 2,000 yen to see her poor performance. She promises to change for her new bandmate's sake. A customer requests orange juice and Bochi takes the initiative to make the lady a drink. She hands it to her and makes eye contact. Nijika compliments Bochi on her efforts and says she took one step forward. Bochi departs. At the Stary Club, Rio and Nijika express their admiration for Bochi's actions. Now that they have stable jobs, they need to find a vocalist. Kita sings in a karaoke room with her friends. The story begins with Bochi traveling about her mundane morning routine. Bochi reflects on her new part-time job and relationship with Rio and Nijika. She wonders if she has progressed beyond her introverted phase. Bochi goes to school with her guitar in hand. Bochi overhears some girls talking about bands and tries to join the conversation. She captures their attention but falls silent because she lacks the ability to initiate a conversation. Bochi eats alone for lunch and asks what might have happened if she had spoken with them. Bochi claims the girls would find her creepy for stopping their conversation. She is aware that her current situation is depressing, but she is confident that one day she will become a famous guitarist and travel to Oto Station. We transition to a Guitar Man segment in which he interviews Bochi's future incarnation about her high school experiences. Bochi overhears some girls discussing Kita's exceptional vocal and guitar abilities. Bochi intends to compensate Nijika and Rio for her absence by hiring a talented vocalist and guitarist. From a distance, Bochi observes the girls conversing with Kita, the red-haired girl from episode 1. Bochi discovers that Kita is a talented musician and athlete. Bochi knows she'd be perfect but is afraid to approach her. Bochi follows Kita to class and spies on her from a distance. However, Kita observes Bochi and inquires if she is looking for someone. Bochi begins beatboxing despite wanting to ask Kita if she wants to join the Kesoku band. Embarrassed, Bochi rushes back to where she had her meal and begins playing a new song called Double Dark Past, Bochi acoustic version. Kita discovers Bochi's music and compliments her on her talent as a guitarist. Bochi asks Kita if she wants to join her band, but she declines. Kita says she can't participate because she doesn't know how to play the guitar. To get closer to her senpai, she once pretended to be an amazing guitarist. Kita grabs Bochi's guitar. Kita discusses music in a way that suggests her lack of experience with the craft. Kita asks Bochi to teach her how to play. Helping Kita learn to play guitar would give her the courage to face her former band and apologize. Bochi accepts her offer and instructs Nijika and Rio to behave like partygoers at work. The two walk towards Stary Club and Bochi mentions Nijika and Rio by name, causing Kita to pause. Kita informs Bochi that she is unable to attend the Stary Club due to unknown reasons. Nijika runs into Bochi and Kita, startling them. Nijika reveals that Kita is the runaway guitarist they mentioned in the first episode. Kita notices Rio and apologizes for her bad behavior. At the Stary Club, Kita tells Nijika and Rio why she left the group and skipped practice. Rio informs her that she has been lighting incense for her every day because she believes Kita has died. Kita is surprised that Nijika and Rio are not angry with her. Nijika reassures her that they have found a replacement guitarist in Bochi. Kita inquires as to what she can do to make things right with them. Nijika's sister suggests helping with Stary's activities because the night will be busy. Kita accepts the offer, puts on a maid uniform, and begins working. A coworker, Pai-san, compliments Kita on her fragrance. Bochi gets mildly envious of Kita's quick progress. As Nijika goes over the drink reception procedure with Kita, Rio watches Bochi carve Kita's name into the ground. She is so upset that she has lost her identity to Kita that she composes a new song about her problems. As Bochi's soul ascends to the sky, we see a brief illustration by the series creator, Aki Hamaji. Nijika requests that Bochi teach Kita how to prepare people's refreshments. Bochi completes the task but loses concentration due to Kita's constant staring. Bochi sustains a hand injury as a result of the overfilled coffee. Kita tends to Bochi's wounds and inquires as to what motivated her to join a band. Bochi tells Kita she wants to work for world peace, but in reality, she wants to be popular. Customers rush into the club, requesting tickets and drinks. Bochi asks Kita about the senpai she wants to get close to, and Kita confirms that it's Ryo. Kita explains that one day she saw Ryo playing her guitar on the street and began to develop feelings for her. She admires Ryo's confident demeanor and unisex appearance. Kita spent some time following Ryo's activities after she discovered her talent. We learn that she left the band before joining the Kesoku band. Kita compares bands to a second family. She claims that it feels like you're in a mysterious relationship that transcends friendship and romantic relationships. Kita's goal was to become Ryo's girlfriend and a member of the Kesoku band. Kita claims she cannot join the band because she is too irresponsible and does not deserve to be in a band. Once the festivities are over, Kita thanks everyone for their hospitality and wishes them luck. Bochi tries to stop Kita but trips. Kita recognizes Bochi's actions as a sign of her desire to join the band. Kita explains why she can't participate. Bochi tells Kita that she fled before a concert and tries to scream about her other irredeemable actions. She mentions having calluses on her fingertips, which Ryo points out means Kita has been practicing guitar without anyone's knowledge. Nijika asks Kita to join the Kesoku band, and Bochi offers to help her learn guitar. After some thought, Kita accepts their offer. However, she suggests that they stop partying hard, which perplexes Nijika. Nijika, Ryo, and Kita compliment Bochi on her excellent work before she departs. The next day, Kita expresses her dissatisfaction with learning guitar. Despite receiving a fitting guitar from Ryo and Bochi's guidance, she is unsure whether she can perform masterfully. Ryo enters the room while eating some weeds. This confirms Bochi's suspicions that Ryo is spending her remaining allowance on Kita's former bass. The episode ends with the girls continuing Kita's guitar training. Bochi can be seen helping Kita practice the guitar in the music booth. Kita wants to practice her singing voice but is unable to do so while focusing on her guitar motor control. She would like to continue singing, but she is at a loss for what to do after performing her lines on stage. Kita promises to work harder and asks Bochi if she wants to sing too. Bochi does not want to, however. Nijika tells them that it's time for another band meeting. This time, they're discussing how they can act more like a band. Although practicing is important, Nijika believes they should be open to discussing a variety of topics. Bochi wonders if Nijika is focusing on their band's performance to give Kita a break from practicing. Nijika shows the gang some band products she made, and Ryo suggests selling them for 500 yen each. If customers want it signed, they will pay 650 yen each. Nijika asks the group for more suggestions, and Kita says she'd like to create an Instagram page for Kesoku Band. Nijika appoints Kita as minister for social media. Kita creates the account and promises to post every day. Nijika suggests starting a fan club, and Ryo jokes about charging a 10,000 yen annual membership fee. Kita asks Bochi for suggestions, but Bochi is too nervous to think of any. Nijika suggests Bochi sit this one out because her lyric writing job is important. Nijika reminds Bochi that Ryo is in charge of writing the music, but Bochi is responsible for writing the lyrics. Ryo says she'll write the song as soon as she gets inspiration, which excites Kita. Bochi crumbles when she sees her notebook a week later. She failed to write a single lyric but perfected her band's signature. Bochi goes into her closet to retrieve her middle school lyric notebook. In her room, Bochi mulls over more lyrics that match Kita's upbeat energy. After drawing several blanks, Bochi receives a text message from the gang inviting her to meet them at Shimokitazawa Station. At the station, Bochi apologizes for her lyric writing failure. Nijika advises her not to worry about it. She suggests they take a few photos as they could benefit from updated images. Bochi is concerned about taking them in public. Nijika believes that if recorded outside, it would help convey the band's direction and unique qualities. She recommends placing their photos in an online club ad, a flyer, or a magazine for maximum impact. The gang scouts their surroundings for the ideal background to capture their photos. Kita wishes they had brought their instruments, as Bochi suggests it would make them appear more appealing at the photos. Nijika is against it because only guitarists and bassists would look cool, whereas she would be holding her drumsticks. They continue scouting the area, and Kita comes across a wall with posters on it. She suggests taking their photos here because it has strong Shimokitazawa vibes. Ryo claims that this location used to be a CD shop before it closed. Nijika tells Kita to ignore Ryo after she apologizes for offending him. Bochi informs Nijika that she discovered a nice tree-painted wall. Nijika takes their picture but doesn't think it's band-like. For their second photo shoot, they decide to mimic Ryo's expression. Nijika admits that the second photo evokes funeral energy. They take a few photos in various locations, and Nijika admits Kita looks the best. Kita boasts that she is a professional because she enjoys uploading posts on Instagram. Bochi collapses to the ground because she has never taken photos with friends before. only with random classmates and family members. Kita suggests that everyone open an Instagram account. Bochi twitches in a glitch-like fashion because she does not want to become an attention-seeking monster. To calm Bochi, the girls explain that they will not create an account for her. They return to the tree-painted wall because Nijika believes none of their photos capture the energy she's been looking for. Kita recommends taking a jump picture, which is a highly photogenic photo that will highlight their personalities. Rio wonders if jumping into their photos makes them look like gods to fans. After numerous attempts, they shoot a fantastic photos, and Nijika is overjoyed that they're one step closer to becoming a famous band. Nijika dismisses everybody for the day. Bochi sits alone near the park, concerned that the others will see her lyrics. She texts Rio to see if she can get any feedback, but she becomes nervous about meeting her in a public cafe. Bochi is surprised because she has never been to a restaurant by herself. Even the thought of going into a convenience store sends shivers down her spine. Bochi keeps an eye on Rio while they are inside the cafe. Rio asks Bochi to show her the lyrics, and Bochi agrees. Rio is taken aback by Bochi's band signature, upsetting Bochi, who mistook her reaction for the lyrics. Rio flips the page to rate her lyrics. She asks Bochi if she is satisfied with what she has written. Bochi says she wanted to write something that sounds like a hit band. Rio opens up about her previous band. She admits to enjoying their honesty, but she found their lyrics awkward. Rio admits that her former band's desire for sales drove them down a commercial path. Rio left the band due to differing ideals with her former bandmates. She was about to release music together when she met Nijika, who invited her to be a bassist in her band. Nijika told her she loved how she played her instrument, which reignited her desire to play in a band again. Rio claims that abandoning one's uniqueness is equivalent to death. Rio advises Bochi not to write bland lyrics based on people's wishes, but to write what makes her happy. Rio tells her not to worry about writing it in the spirit of a social outcast because it will be hilarious anyway. She goes on to say that bringing a diverse group of people together to create a single sound will give Kesoku Band an advantage over other bands. Rio suggests leaving the cafe, but Bochi requests that she pay the bill. Rio admits she is broke and wants Bochi to pay for this one. She uses the weed-eating story to make Bochi feel guilty about paying for the meal. Rio apologizes and promises to repay her next month. Before Rio departs, Bochi promises to do her best. The next day, Kita, Nijika, and Rio tamper with the photos they took earlier. Bochi arrives with the lyrics in hand. She tells them that she poured her heart into making them. Rio admits that they convey a depressive tone, but it suits Bochi's personality well. There may not be many people who resonate with it, but those who do will adore it. Bochi and Rio have an intimate moment. Bochi prints and hangs a wallpaper of their photos on her wall. Bochi looks at the poster, hoping she and the others will remain friends. With Bochi's room covered in jump photos. The story continues with Nijika's sister, Seika, handing the Kesoku Band their first checks. Bochi considers what she'd like to buy with it, but Nijika points out that she'll be collecting everyone's money. She needs money to pay for the concert quota. Nijika suggests creating an album and a music video, but Kita informs her of the costs. If they intend to sell albums and shoot music videos during the summer, they will need to work another job to cover the expenses. Bochi is not pleased and offers to take out a loan to cover the costs. Rio changes the subject and says she's finished writing their song based on Bochi's lyrics. The gang listens and enjoys it. Nijika is ecstatic that she is getting closer to realizing her dreams. She leaves the group for a moment to make plans for their performance at the Starry Club next month. Seika refuses to let them hold a concert because she does not believe they have the talent to put on a spectacular performance. She had previously allowed her to hold a concert because Nijika wanted to create a memory. Seika tells Nijika to keep playing the band as a hobby, which irritates Nijika. Nijika leaves after making a parting shot at Seika. Rio, Kita, and Bochi intend to console Nijika, but Seika instructs her to stay behind. Meanwhile, Nijika buys a drink from a concession stand while being confronted by Kita and Rio. Nijika is upset with Seika's sour attitude. Suddenly, Bochi appears and informs Nijika of what Seika told her. Apparently, Seika told Bochi that they needed to audition for a spot at Starry Club. She promises to watch the performance. They can hold another concert at the Starry Club if they do well in the audition. Everyone is excited for the audition, and Rio tells Kita and Bochi about her plan to impress Seika. Kita is surprised that the others don't think Bochi's guitar playing is amazing. She recalls her encounter with her in episode 3 and claims that Bochi is an excellent guitarist. However, she wonders if it was just dumb luck. They try to figure out what Seika will be looking for during their audition. Later in the day, Bochi assists Kita in practicing guitar at school. Kita believes they must demonstrate to Seika how much they've grown as a band. Kita asks Bochi to accompany her until the audition. Nijika then arrives at the Starry Club with some goodies. She's taken aback by Ryo, Kita, and Bochi's appearance. Kita and Bochi have adopted Ryo's hairstyle and attire. Kita believes that this is the best way to demonstrate the band's growth. Nijika finds this situation ridiculous and believes they should focus on practicing rather than trying to dress to impress. We see a montage of the girls practicing for Saturday's audition. While this happens, Bochi delivers a monologue. She discusses the concept of growth and what it means to grow as a band. Nijika advises everyone to get a good night's rest before their audition. As Bochi walks home, Nijika instructs her to wait. Nijika finds a vending machine and buys a cola for her. Nijika apologizes to Bochi for coercing her into joining Kesoku Band. Nijika recalls never asking Bochi what type of band she wanted to be a part of or why she is now playing in Kesoku Band. Bochi is hesitant to tell her it was for popularity. Meanwhile, Nijika admits that everyone has their reasons. She discusses how people can gain popularity without performing in live concerts. Nijika discusses how people can promote their music by posting videos on social media. Bochi agrees in her mind because she enjoyed posting clips on Tubo to the alias Guitar Hero. Nijika apologizes for her upbeat demeanor as she is determined to make her dream a reality. She does not want to keep Bochi against her will. Bochi tells Nijika not to worry and asks if her dream is to make Kesoku Band popular enough to perform at the Budokan. Nijika says that's only part of her dream because she doesn't want to reveal the entire thing to her just yet. Nijika departs. On audition day, the Kesoku Band arranged their instruments in front of Seika and Pai-san. At the same time, Bochi declares in her mind that she has spent the entire night thinking about why she is playing in Kesoku Band right now. Nijika introduces everyone and informs her sister that they will perform a new song titled Guitar, Solitude, and the Blue Planet. Bochi is preoccupied with her thoughts during their performance. Her current goal is to stay with Kesoku Band and help them achieve high popularity, despite not understanding what growth entails. She also wants to make Nijika's dream come true, and she intends to give it her all in this audition. After they finish playing, the girls thank Seika for letting them audition. Seika claims they were good, but she points out everyone's flaws. Seika wonders why they're not cheering when Pai-san announces that they've passed. Nijika is upset about Seika's deceptive attitude, while the others look at her in shock. Kita and Bochi celebrate as Nijika approaches Ryo. She tells Ryo that Bochi has grown a lot since their first meeting. Bochi is so overjoyed that she vomits. As an intermission, we are shown a humorous real-world clip of a water dam. The girls console Bochi, and Ryo mentions that she has thought of their next song. Kita suggests taking a group photo to celebrate. Seika glances at Bochi from her table. Seika is aware of Bochi's exceptional guitar skills. Bochi's lack of group performance experience, as well as her low self-confidence, are holding her back. As they gather a bucket of water to clean the floor, Bochi notices Seika staring at her. Still thinking, Seika claims Bochi requires someone to recognize her talent in order to gain confidence in her ability to succeed. Seika attempts to inform Bochi of her talent, but Bochi is taken aback by her approach. Kesoku Band takes a group photo on stage. Pai-san and Seika talk about the band's audition. Pai-san asks Seika to admit that she has liked them since the beginning. She mentions that she left a window open in the concert schedule for them and wonders why she would tease them like that. Seika claims she intended to put them on when they were ready. She recognizes Kesoku Band's great potential. This is why Seika felt the need to be strict with them in order to help them grow. Bochi and her friends exclaim with delight. Ryo tells Bochi she's excited about her new lyrics. Bochi can't wait to see where her journey takes her. Meanwhile, Nijika informs them that the ticket quota is 20 for 1,500 yen each. They must each sell 5 tickets. Bochi goes into a downward spiral, and she realizes she has to sell her 5th ticket to a stranger. We see Guitar Man recapitulating the events. He mentions how Bochi has overcome everything, but is in a pickle with ticket quotas. Bochi was debating who should receive her final ticket the night before, but her mother insists she cannot use one of them on her dog, Jimahin. Her father also suggests that she cannot bring her sister Futari due to her age. Now she only has 3 people to invite. Futari mocks Bochi and claims he lacks friends, infuriating him. Although her mother is fine with inviting people she knows, Bochi insists on inviting friends from school. In the present, Bochi mentions that she created promotional flyers to distribute to neighbors. Although she created them for charming reasons, she is afraid to give them to people due to her social anxiety. Bochi receives texts from Kita, Ryo, and Nijika, who have sold 5 tickets to individuals. Bochi is unsure how to tell them about her failure. Suddenly, a strange girl trips in front of her, making desperate demands. We learn about Hiro after Bochi buys the miso soup she requested. Bochi discovers that Hiro is obsessed with drinking because he exhibits numerous drunken behaviors. Before leaving, Bochi nearly trips, but Hiroi saves her. She inquires about Bochi's involvement in a band, to which Hiroi responds that she is a member of indie. Bochi is afraid to speak with an adult band member and worries that Hiroi will think her passion for music is insufficient. Bochi tells us that she stopped playing guitar and planned to sell it. Hiroi, on the other hand, advises her not to give up so easily because practice can turn her into a worthy guitarist. Hiroi offers to teach her, but Bochi informs her that she lied about everything. Hiroi reveals that she is a bass player who enjoys alcohol. Hiroi informs Bochi that she has left her instrument at the pub. Hiroi grabs Bochi's hand and leads him to that location. Nijika is at the Starry Club wondering where Bochi is and whether they should have sent her those texts. She is concerned that the 5-ticket quota has exceeded her capacity. Kita tells her not to worry because she believes Bochi is busy. Meanwhile, Hiroi and Bochi are sitting by the river. Hiroi shows Bochi her bass while Bochi remains uncomfortable around her. Bochi suggests she stop drinking, but Hiroi insists it helps her forget about future problems. Poverty, pensions, depopulation, marriage, depression, old age, and stress are a few examples. Hiroi refers to her drinking habit as the happiness spiral technique. Bochi imagines what her life would be like if she followed the happiness spiral technique, and it's not a pretty picture. Bochi informs Hiro of her ticket-selling dilemma, and Hiro suggests they hold a street concert to attract an audience. Hiro asks her friends to bring her some equipment. They arrive and give Hiro the goods. Hiro invites people to come and watch her and Bochi perform. Bochi is startled by everything. Hiro notices Bochi's concern about playing in public and offers some advice. Hiroi tells Bochi that she is not fighting the people in front of her and that she should think of the crowd as friends. At the same time, Kita, Ryo, and Nichika discuss Bochi's behavior at school. Kita remarks that she has never seen Bochi with another person because she is withdrawn, despite people's attempts to interact with her. Hiro informs the people wandering around that they are about to perform an original song by Bochi's band. Kita informs Ryo and Nichika that Bochi will attend their practice sessions but will not show up for lunch with Kita's friends. As Hiroi plays her instrument, Bochi notices how gentle her bass playing is. Bochi is concerned that she will be unable to capture her energy, but a member of the audience cheers her on. Bochi begins playing and considers Hiroi's advice. Hiroi notices Bochi's shift in tone while she plays. Hiroi notices Bochi taking her advice to heart and is astounded by her rapid progress in overcoming her flaws. Bochi observes the crowd, smiles, and wonders if she can elicit similar responses if she continues to grow. One of the flyers is blown toward a group of girls who approach Bochi and ask for tickets. Bochi is unsure how to respond, so Hiroi guides her through the situation. The girls compliment Bochi on her outstanding performance and encourage her to continue her efforts. Hiroi takes a drink and is overcome with emotion as he watches Bochi grow. Suddenly, an officer arrives and informs them that they cannot perform here. Bochi is startled, but Hiroi suggests they wrap things up. At night, Bochi recalls that she only sold 4 tickets. 2 to her parents, 2 to the girls who approached her. Hiro informs Bochi that she would like to purchase her final ticket. Hiroi claims to work nearby and is familiar with the Starry Club. Hiroi departs but asks Bochi for some cash because she has spent all of her money on a ticket. Bochi eventually returns to the location where she met Hiro and apologizes for missing practice to Kita, Nichika, and Ryo via text. Nichika, Ryo, and Kita receive her text and discover that Bochi has sold all of her tickets. They believe she is lying because they cannot imagine Bochi socializing with others, and they promise to treat her with the utmost respect at practice tomorrow. Bochi smiles as the fireworks go off. But that's it for this part. Stay tuned for the next part.